As a commending student, I don't know if that's the word, I will admit that the role of a teacher is something I don't think most people put enough respect on. Like, teachers are the ones behind basically all the shit we learn. And saying out loud, that's actually kind of obvious. But still, it's something that most people just don't really consciously acknowledge nowadays. Like, if you put it in perspective, the rusty-ass 8-year-old iPhone you're probably using to watch this would not exist without the help of teachers, or the teachers that taught the engineers that, made it. But I'm not here to glaze. Rather, I'm here to point out how dog shit the system surrounding teachers is. Specifically, teachers in North America and how they are treated. I don't know how this works in Europe or Asia or any country that isn't in North America, really. And quite frankly, I'm too lazy to research that. But I know for a fact that whatever teachers in Canada or America are getting paid ain't enough to compensate for what they got to deal with every day. Now, what I am slightly educated on is the McDonald's ass, penny nickel dime ass, bartender ass, Spider-Man no way home ending ass pay teachers in America and Ontario have.
A lot of people say that teachers are greedy and overpaid and keep going on strike for more pay. So why don't we take a look at the years 2012 to 2023 and compare the increase in the salaries for police to teachers in the city of Toronto? Of these 12 years, in 5 of them, teachers got a 0% pay raise, and in 5 of them, they got a 1% pay raise. The overall cumulative percent rate that teacher salaries went up over this 12-year span was 8.5%. Meanwhile, in this time frame, inflation was 26.4%, with teachers only exceeding the rate of inflation in 1 year by 0.4%. Police, on the other hand, had a pretty steady and fair rate increase, approximately 2% every year, with some years being a little higher. More importantly, though, their salaries met or exceeded inflation in 8 out of the 12 years, with their total salary and compensation going up approximately 27%, meaning that since 2012, a police officer has not lost any of their purchasing power in relation to inflation. But comparatively, in the last 12 years, a Toronto teacher's buying power has decreased by approximately 18%. So teachers were overpaid in 2012, and they're still overpaid in 2023, even though their purchasing power has gone down by 20%, 1/5. There is no industry in which this would normally be tolerated.
I can respect what the police do, working to keep the peace and all, but do they really deserve that money?
Officers can be heard using a stun gun.
But enough of that, because this video is about teachers, not cops. This phenomenon somehow isn't even exclusively a Canadian thing. Like a quick Google search to see how much teachers are paid in the States, and it's so apparent how teachers get paid dog shit and only tolerate it because they love their jobs and genuinely love teaching kids. But it gets even dumber. Now bear with me now, because I'm just speaking my mind. But going back to the stuff with the police officers and teachers, I do not find it anyway even a bit of a coincidence that the profession of teaching is a field of predominantly women and the profession of is predominantly men. And it don't even stop there. Sorry, ladies. I didn't mean to bring out my inner feminist, this shit just gets me so mad, bro. Like, oh, damn. But if y'all trying to talk it out, we can discuss, intersectionality, the hierarchy, patriarchy. So the Brookings Institution did a study on this and found that male teachers on average make $4,000 more than women teachers do. And the latter would need a 7% bonus to match the disparity. Like, damn, bro, we finally got a well-respected academic job of mostly women. But not only can't you give that job as a whole a proper pay, you can't even let the woman in that field have a proper pay. On top of that, these public school teachers just got to deal with the most intolerable tomfoolery I've ever seen or heard about. I know all of y'all watching this are probably unemployed losers, because that's why you're even watching this. But bear with me for a moment. I want you to imagine you got a job. Maybe you're working 9 to 5 in some, some fight club looking office. All you're thinking about once you sit down is what you're about to do when you leave. So just mind your own business, doing your paperwork. Now I want you to imagine all your dusty-ass coworkers who you do not want to talk to. There's 30 of them. They're all 11 years old and got 0 manners. And your boss now, he comes up to you and says your job 5 days a week for 10 months a year is to make sure that they all listen to you and learn the shit you give them 6 hours a day, every single day. Yeah, just slide that shit in game. And now it's no longer even the casual shenanigans teachers used to deal with pre-Pokemon Go or pre-TikTok or whatever. Because now teachers got to worry about the stupid shit we do for TikTok. Y'all remember the devious lick back in 2021? These days, it's a little bit better. Just teachers got to deal with kids standing on their desk talking about some oi 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 back. But now I want you to imagine your whole life, you want to pursue your passion for passing down knowledge to the next generation, helping to give the world more doctors, physicists, engineers, writers, great minds, And don't get me wrong, I think most teachers with this attitude will continue to get to see this happen with a lot of their students, after graduation. For now. But the beauty of this just gets dunked on when you get random dudes on the internet waving their meat around on FNAF, making like $60 bajillion a year. But even that, I can somewhat respect. Okay, no, not the meat part. That's low-key weird. Not low-key high-key. But most streamers just play video games to entertain kids, and they make insane money, which is, that's A-okay, sort of. But what I find stupid as hell is borderline illiterate, corny-ass incels and closeted homosexuals making millions while undoing all the work of what teachers get a penny a month doing. Followers by nature, how to make women comply. What does that even mean? Girls should put their body count on their forehead. Like, I genuinely believe the total combined body count of every Nelk Boy or Andrew Tate follower is in the double digits, a third of which is probably animals, and all of which is definitely not consensual. Anyways, this was a really disorganized tangent, but it's just a topic I feel Loki doesn't have enough awareness. Anyways, thank you for watching, through all of this. I don't know what type of lobotomy you gotta have to actually endure this, but thank you anyways. Have a good day, man.